Morning, students. Today we will talk about one of the most important chapter of your syllabus. It is Dear Pen Pal. Now, as you can see, the first slide it is of Dear Pen Pal. Moving forward, we will look at a glance about the chapter. So, there is a theme. Theme of this chapter is based on the technology-oriented system. It has allowed Skander. Who was Skander? Skander was an alien who changed his mind, his thought, and soul with Penpal. And who was Penpal, sir? Penpal was no one but a stranger living on the earth. Now, looking at the characters in this story, Skander. Who is Skander? As I've earlier told you, he is an alien. Now, this alien is imprisoned in jail. He has been put behind the bars due to some experiments performed by him which proved to be fatal to the general public. Now, he was also a scientist and he used to perform the experiments. One of the most fatal experiment which he performed on his body which proved to be fatal. So the government of that place put Skander behind the bars. Next character in this story is Penpal. I told you that Penpal was a stranger and he is a bed-ridden paralyzed patient. Stranger Penpal, he is a bed-ridden paralyzed patient. Now, from which planet is this alien belong to? Skander, the alien, belongs to the planet Origo 2. Origo 2 is the name of the planet from where Skander, the alien, belonged. Now, who wrote this whole prose? This prose has been written by Alfred Elton Van Gogh. Now, this is about the chapter in gist. We have looked at the theme, the characters, and the planet, the author. You need to understand that Skander is an alien who tries to befool Penpal, who is living on the earth. Now we will see in this chapter how he befooled or what he did. See, he is an alien, he is a Skander from the planet Origo. Now, let us look at the review. It is a science fiction story written by Alfred Elton Van Watt, which is in the form of a letter, and the letter is sent from the planet other than the Earth named Origo. The letter is in the name of Penpal. Penpal is nothing but a stranger. So, students, just look at this review. It is a science fiction story. It is not real. This story is not real and is written in the form of letters. These letters are sent from Origo planet by the Skander, who is an alien. Now, these letters are addressed to a stranger. The name is Penpal. We will look at the next point. It is the one-sided dialogue takes the form of correspondence from Skander and alien who to an unnamed human, Penpal, whose replies are not presented. In this chapter, students, you will look at the letters from the alien's side only. There are no response of Penpal given in this chapter, so it is only one-sided dialogue. Moving forward, students. So, what has been described in letter 1? Just look at the points. Skander spends some time in the first letters describing his home planet of Origo 2, a hot planet circling a star in Origo. So here in first letter Skander reveals that he belongs to a planet of Origo 2. It is a very hot planet. Now he lives in a planet which has a temperature of above 250 degrees Celsius. In this chapter, in this first letter, Skender also exposed, he also revealed that the planet which he belongs to has a temperature of about 250 degrees Celsius. Now just look at the letter 2. This letter 2 is again from the alien's side. Later, Skander admits that he is a criminal caught for conducting illegal scientific experiments. As I have earlier told you, that Skander performed some experiments which proved to be fatal for the general public. So he admits in letter 2 that he is a criminal and he has been put behind the bars for performing some illegal scientific experiments. Looking at point second, he is in Origo jail as charges were laid against him for performing some forbidden experiments on his body that were deemed dangerous to the public welfare. This has been explained, students. Now, he has to serve a time of 30 years in jail. He is having more 30 years to spend in the jail of that planet. This has been revealed in letter 2 to Penpal. Here in this page, we will look at an alien who is having a machinery, mechanized computer, and he is performing, he is locating some places. So he has located the earth, and with the help of this machinery, he has something in his mind. He wants to change his body, his thought, his soul with an with a person who is living on the earth. Now let us see, is he successful in his mission or something else took place? So in letter third written by him, look at the first point. Desiring to see his pen pal, he sends several photographic sheets that can be exposed if the user simply thinks about a picture being taken. So here, Skander, who is cunningly trying to trap, cheat, pen pal, what he is doing, he is sending photographic sheets. These photographic sheets wants the picture of the person whom you are changing your thought, soul, and mind. Now the next point, but the main motto behind sending these photographic plates was something else. Now, as I've told you that the motto behind sending these photographic plates was to change completely into a human body. Skender never made his intention clear in his previous letters, fearing that it might scare the pen pal. Now, Skender was very cunning, he was very clever, he didn't want to reveal his intentions in the first letters that it might scare pen pal. Maybe pen pal can withdraw from receiving the letters from Skender. So Skender didn't tell anything about his ambition. In the next point, so he made all the pre-arrangements without keeping them in pen pal's knowledge and executed the whole scheme stealthily. Now the students, you will see Skender has arranged, Skender has already arranged a system which could be executed without informing pen pal. Now, moving forward to letter fifth, pen pal's government warned him from corresponding with Skander due to the risks involved in such intimacy. Now, the government of pen pal, so the government of the earth warned pen pal from receiving any letters from the alien, and they also denied pen pal not to keep a touch with this alien as there may be risks involving with such an alien from another planet. Next is, Skander is not a human being and the government might be afraid of the formidable consequences that the foreign planet's residents might be trapping human beings for some experiments or so. Government was of the view that these aliens may take the people from Earth for some experiments. So the government denied any communication with such aliens. As you can see over here, students, he is Panpal, who is a bedridden, paralyzed patient. Now we will see how Skander went into his body and Panpal went into the body of alien. In letter 6, Skander trapped Panpal into his scheme very cunningly. He never made his intentions clear in the beginning, for it was a possibility that Penpal would have backed out of the intended plan. As I have earlier told you, students, this alien Skander did not want to reveal his intentions, his ambitions that could make Penpal withdraw his candidature. Now he coaxed Panpal to forward his picture or impression on a specific chemical metal plate. This is very important, students. For the execution of this process, Skander sent a chemical metal plate and returned to him in the similar manner. Then only when the plan was set, Skander through radioactive rays exchanged their bodies without Penpal's consent. So this is how alien cunningly exchanged their bodies with Penpal's, and how it was executed. That alien sent a metal plate to Penpal and was asked to stand in front of this metal plate to take a photo. Similarly, in the same manner, this alien took his photo and through the radioactive rays, he exchanged both of their bodies but without informing Penpal. Letter 7. Poor Skander, who thought he had lured Penpal into a forced deal and will lead his wonderful human life. See, students, Skander would be thinking that he is glad having changed his body with Penpal, and he has befooled poor Penpal. But he was wrong, students. He has exchanged his body with Penpal, but he did not know that Penpal was a bedridden, paralyzed patient. I think, according to me, it is good to spend a life in prison rather than the life of a paralyzed patient. So poor Skander, who thought he had lured Penpal into a forced deal, will lead his wonderful life. This way, poor Skander was trapped into his own trap. Now, this is all about, students. Thank you very much. We'll meet you in the next video. I hope you have understood the whole synopsis, the summary, and the gist of this chapter. Okay, then, we'll meet again. Till then, bye bye.